Hey bro, chances are if you're watching this video, you've just had a rough night out. Maybe you went out when you didn't really want to, so you're suffering. Maybe you did some stupid shit, and now you're filled with regret, filled with shame, but it's okay. I understand, I've been there. See, from the ages of 17 to 19, I was a drug addict. I was chasing high any way I could. One of these days, I was on a night out with my friends. It was a normal night out. I was drinking, I was smoking weed, I was doing MDMA, which was pretty normal for me at this point because I was suffering. I was running from my demons, I was running from my problems. I felt like I couldn't cope with life. I was so depressed. And on my way home, I reflected, this is it. This is my life now. I'm just an addict, a loser. Can't do anything. I'm going nowhere. All my dreams were fading before my eyes. And I was just thinking about the past. Thinking about my sister, who I had lost to drugs. And thinking about all the things I had been doing recently. See, because I was so addicted, I was doing horrible acts. I was stealing from my friends. I was stealing from my own mother, not only her medication, but her money, to try and get high, to try and escape this pain that I was creating. But I just caused myself more pain, more guilt, and all built up in this day. And when I came home to this very room, I broke down in tears. I was crying from all that guilt, all that pain, all that suffering that just built up inside me. And this is one of the first days I knew something had to change, but of course I didn't know what it was yet. I was blind. I couldn't see that I was slowly but surely destroying myself, like so many other young people are doing nowadays. But it's not our fault. See, it's pushed on us. Alcohol is pushed on us by these big companies. Instant gratification is pushed on us through social media, through video games, through this drinking and drug use. And it seems like it's okay, it's normalized. And of course, other people, they'll make it seem like it's fun. They'll post on their social media looking happy, excited, like everything's great with their life, because they're not going to show you the pain. Unfortunately, most people will not show you the reality behind their escapism. They'll make it seem like this partying thing is fun. I fell for that trap. When I was 12, 13, 14, I seen people posting on social media, going out, going to festivals, drinking, smoking weed, doing drugs, and it looked like it was fun, it looked exciting. And all I was doing was sitting in my house playing video games, so I felt left out. I felt sad, I felt lonely. Eventually it became my time. I got older, I started going out, I started drinking. That led to smoking weed, which ultimately led to harder drugs. See, it's just a vicious circle that gets worse and worse and worse. Because we run to this thinking it's going to bring us joy, excitement, fun, but it just brings more pain. And when you're young, you're confused, you don't know where to go. You can't see the problem, so you just run into it. You create more problems, you escape more, thinking that is going to ease your suffering. Chances are you can relate to this, because it's a massive disease nowadays that affects so many young people. But as I said, it's not your fault. So don't get hard on yourself, don't blame yourself. But you can change. You can move on. I know it seems like you're stuck. See, we're young, we're stupid, we don't think there's any other way. We think this is what life is, and it'll be stuck like this forever. But this is just a small chapter in your amazing story. See, I'm so grateful that I went through that journey of addiction, because it made me who I am today. I mean, I'm a living example to prove that you can change, that you can get better, that you can drop all that bullshit. Because it's just holding you back, and you know it. You feel it in your heart, your chest. That regret, that pain, that shame. But that's good. That's amazing. Because it proves you're ready to level up. It proves that you're worth more. See, to me, that's a sign from God. That's God calling you up, telling you, no, you're worth more. Stop destroying yourself. So you should feel love, you should feel gratitude for that feeling, that regret. Because it's time to move on, it's time to grow. And yes, it's going to take time. It's going to be a hard journey. But nothing in this life that is worth doing is easy. But you've got the number one most important step to change anything in your life. You want to change. See, if we were comfortable with this partying thing, this escapism, this drug use, if it was fun, if it was comfortable, it was so great, we wouldn't want to change. We would just walk ourselves down a horrible path that would just cause us pain, that would just cause us misery. And unfortunately, that's a sad reality for a lot of people. They go their whole lives escaping, destroying themselves. And they've got no one to tell them. They need to change, they need to wake up, they need to see what they're doing to themselves. Luckily, thanks to the internet, we can see when we're making those drastic mistakes. That's how I learned. I was watching videos and I was listening to people who were telling me the truth, telling me what I really needed to do to improve my life, to get a life that is fulfilling and full of joy. You see, you're just removed how we're supposed to be living. And that's not an attack. Most people are like this. I was like this. It's so easy to run to addiction, run to vice, run to those highly engaging, highly stimulating acts that are everywhere nowadays. Games, movies, shows, drugs, alcohol. This is the norm now. Very rarely do we just sit with ourselves and be present, be okay. Very rarely do we get to clear our mind without having all that dopamine running through it. This is why things like exercise is so amazing on this journey. Because we can escape, we can feel good without any come down, without any negative effects. Because it's natural, we're supposed to do it. Everyone needs to be exercising. They need to be working out, they need to be moving. It's in our nature. But when we stay stuck, we don't feel as good. We don't have that energy, that positive energy inside of us like we would when we're out walking all the time, exercising all the time, socializing with our friends without destroying ourselves. When you don't have that in your life, you feel like you feel an emptiness. And we believe that the way to fix that is with pleasure, with escapism, but it's not. It only amplifies the problem. When was the last time you just took a mindful breath? You weren't thinking about the weekend, what drug you were going to do, where you're going to go with your friends. You weren't thinking of picking up your phone, scrolling. You just sat there, took a deep breath. In fact, breathe with me now. I want you to close your eyes. I'm going to take 3 deep breaths together. And on the breath out, we're going to sigh it out slowly. So breathe in. And out with a sigh. Again, breathe in. And then the last one, we're going to hold it just for a few seconds. So breathe in. Hold. Just feel the body relax. I bet you feel different already. See, the breath is so powerful, but we often forget it. You need to start implementing things like breathwork and meditation into your life. We're given this gift that is always with us, always constant, but we forget about it. We're too busy in our heads. We're too busy with our dreams, our ambitions. We get lost in this confusion. But when you're ever struggling, you feel lost, you feel that craving, that you need to run away, you need to escape from this world. Just remember the breath, take a few deep breaths. Go do some breath work. There's so many great ones on YouTube. Meditation, daily meditation can be so powerful, but not enough people do this. In the East it's very common, but in the West, a lot of people will judge you for it. But it's not about sitting cross-legged going You can do it sitting on a chair, you can lie down. That's how I personally do it. There's so many different ways to do it. I do at the start recommend getting an app like Headspace, like I use, or Medito. Medito is completely free, but Headspace, you do get a trial for 30 days. So if you're really struggling, if you feel lost, confused, that you feel like your brain just won't stop, just that constant I need. This can be really the thing It helps you let go of that and moves past your thoughts and your feelings. Finally, I just want to remind you that this will end. I know it seems like forever. Maybe you're depressed, anxious, you're just lost, just a young lost man, and you don't know what to do, so you run to vice. But I'm telling you, this chapter, it will end. As long as you keep pushing forward, as long as you really want it to end, as long as you have it in your heart that you are worth more, because you are. Just remember, you're better than that bag. You're better than that ball.